let's go ahead and jump into this. So, basic stuff. Sketch. Oh. Music. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? It is 9:34 in Canada. What about whatever you are? Fairly well. It's been a weird day, so to speak. $3:36 in the morning. Wow. Okay, I have another gentleman who's following some of my streams, and he's around the same time. Hey, Thel. I see Thel is one of those people who uses the 24-hour format. I bet Thel's also one of those people who doesn't use the metric system. Or not, he's one of those people who doesn't believe in the metric system. Well, let's see. When you say, is this game going to be something like Outlast? The way I can look at it is Outlast does deal with a bit of paranormal. Even though, you know, most of it is just crazies running at you with hacksaws and whatnot. But, in terms of the paranormal stuff, I'd say yes. It's more of a stress management. It's basically you in an enclosed environment in one single level, and you kind of have to hold out until a certain amount of time passes, so to speak. Thel can explain you the story, or at least not the backstory, just the main premise of the game once the game starts. That's why that looked kind of weird. Okay, so yeah, today's been kind of a weird day. Slowly trying to get used to the new Schedule. Okay, this is why everything looks messed up. I'm tracing the wrong points. Unless, you know, Thal's kind of busy right now. So I guess I can explain what the story is. Let's see, hold on, let me get this line in here. Okay, so the game's premise is you as a child, and your younger baby brother survive a car crash as your parents go through a abandoned haunted town. So your goal is to hold out. You get rescued during the car crash, but your parents don't survive. So you essentially get stuck in this abandoned house during peak hours, or the peak period of haunting, so to speak, in this abandoned town of Wayholm. And your goal is to protect your baby brother until the end of the week, when, you know, the haunting kind of subsides and it's no longer life-threatening to get outside. This is the basic premise. Actually, get rid of these lines first. Thank you for the feedback. So it is, in the sense, stress management. If you actually take a look at, let's see, I think yesterday's stream should be online. I'm actually taking the video manager. I've actually played the demo version of this game before it got before I started redesigning it. And let's see, this was the 5-hour stream. It's close to the end when I was playing this. Let's see. Or maybe not. I don't quite remember. Which part of the stream was I? Was it the 3-hour one, or is the other one? Huh. Maybe it's the hour and 43-minute one. That looks. Oh yeah. No. There we go. I found it. Found it. It's the 5-hour stream for the NPC creation. There we go. Just gonna do that. Copy link at current time. Here we go. Yes, I am the only developer for this game, considering that this is not a project with a budget. So it's being developed basically on my free time, which is, needless to say, most of my time. Right now, the main point is to get concept artwork done. Concept artwork that's to be used for development. Sounds good. Absolutely. So I need my references. So I do have perspective stuff, and I just started getting more into digital painting, which is going to be mostly used for character development, like NPC design, you know, whatnot, all that stuff, all that jazz. I'm not too happy with the fact that the roof is really stretched here. Not too happy about that. Hey, welcome to the stream. So far, I mean, with these perspective pieces, there's just so much setup work. You know, until it actually starts looking cool, there's just so much you have to do. Guidelines, establishing scale, blah blah blah, you know. Lots of stuff. So, how about this? Instead of making this rooftop be all retarded like that, how about I'm going for... I am gonna have to add this to the other piece. So kinda, thankfully, there's only 2 pieces of this particular artwork that's out there. Sarge. I think we've established that his name is Sarge. Or at least that's his alias. Nickname. Sergeant. Sarge. Okay, so... see, the rooftop looks okay here. Maybe I should... yeah. I think it's just the fact that this entire room is just ginormous. See if I can shrink that a little bit. I'll have to compensate. I mean, most of the furniture should be modeled in a fairly straightforward fashion, so it's just the room is going to be a tiny bit smaller. But the general gist of it is still the same, so for the sake of getting this window to behave, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll do this with the green one. That, and get all of this stuff in. So now, this roof at least looks somewhat more reasonable. A tiny bit more reasonable. Okay, so let me get this thing. Oh, my favorite soundtrack's coming up. Perfect. Let's get all of this stuff out of here. Okay, and obviously... Oh god. Okay, if somebody's gonna do that, post the link for that in the chat. I actually want to hear what that sounds like. But I'm too a bit occupied as of right now. Actually, if you want to see something, if you want to hear something funny, let's see. If you want to hear something funny, try putting a bunch of dots. I'm putting it to Japanese. Unless it's not going to work. Hold on, is it this?
Dot 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 dot.
Oh yes. Oh my god.
Dot 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 dot.
Oh, the things that amuse me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Childish. Absolutely childish. Oh, God. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's right. You can't post link. I still don't know how to fix that. I still don't know how to fix that. Enable live chat, yeah. Oh well. I'll just work with what we've got. Yeah. That's why there was this idiot who's been posting links in this really messed up manner. I guess he was trying to get around it. But do my links pop up when I post something? Just out of curiosity. Let's see. Does that pop up, or is it blocking my own links too? I don't think it would. Okay, here we go. Okay, now this is now looking just a little bit better. Allow links in YouTube live chat. Okay, there's nothing there. Oh well. Oh well, we'll get this done. What's my reference? I was actually kind of debating on changing the rooftop to something a bit different. Like, let's see. Kind of get rid of these lines. That, if that worked. There we go. Oh, I deleted the paths. Don't want to do that. Okay, and I'm gonna also do the same thing for the blue lines. Here we go. So, I was actually thinking of changing the rooftop to something more in the lines of maybe like this. What? And then, you know, basically doing this sort of deal. Because in this case, I can kind of make this rooftop more like that, not as tall. We can try it out. No one says we can't. Here we go. What the hell? Oh, that's the background layer. That's the background. Wait, how am I drawing on the background layer if it's locked? What sorcery is this? It is clearly a locked layer, and I am drawing on a locked layer. That is a bunch of bullshit. I broke Photoshop, damn it. No, I need white. This be the background. Okay. Go. Okay, so actually, I do want this rooftop to look like a normal rooftop, like this. So that's that. However, whoops, this line needs to be there, and in order to find out where it intersects, I need to do this. Run a line to that side, and that is where it intersects. So, if I want to do a box, this is the actual height of the said box. So this is what I want the rooftop to be more like. Yeah, that's the center line. So don't need that anymore. So logically there's an intersection right there. So now I can figure out how I want this other rooftop to look like, or what I want it to look like, at least roughly. Okay. So, let's say, let's play with these. Play with these dimensions. See, a lot of these houses are a bit too small. Like this one looks up to scale. Ooh, that actually is an interesting solution. What if I do that instead? So instead of having this giant thing, I'm going to pick. I'm gonna need to use the green light, green color for this. Drag these corners down. Okay, there. Roughly. There, so that's the center line. And then there. And there. That's the other center line. In fact, this center line should be like more like there. So this is the top. That actually looks like a better solution than doing this. At least that kind of looks more like the age that the architecture suggests. All I have to do is just extend this piece, find this intersection, and do that. Okay. So, let me go ahead and get rid of all this blue shit. Here we go, and clean up some of these lines. I see Thel's already asking the questions I would usually ask. How old are you? Where are you from? What time is it? How'd you find the stream? It's like the stream is a self-contained entity now. Don't have to do anything. All the information will come on its own, Watson. There we go. Let's take a look at the atrocity that is this architectural beast. Okay. So, I think this entire piece is like one giant rooftop surface. Now this doesn't look very interesting. This looks kind of daft. So how about we make this a bit more interesting? This is the concept art stage, so a lot of things may change as we go. Nothing is set in stone. Okay, so to save myself the trouble of erasing all this stuff, I should probably do this on a separate layer. And I'm gonna need my paths. So that sketch. This is a temporary layer, and if I start drawing the wrong color on the wrong layer, call me out. But then again, the stream is 10 seconds late than the chat, so by the time everybody's yelling at me, it'll be far too late. But do it anyway. Okay, so what I want to do here is probably offset. Maybe actually offset this piece like that, instead of having that protrusion on that side, which I clearly didn't put in. I'm gonna have it on this side, because that'll look more interesting when you're walking up to the house in game. And I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Sarge, if you don't stop apologizing for spamming when you're not spamming, I'm gonna put you into timeout. Apparently I can do that. I'm gonna put you in the corner for being a good boy. Damn it. Okay, so clearly that's not gonna connect over there anymore. So, I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna actually have to trace this over there. Canadian graffiti. Your mama is a nice person. Your mama is actually a nice lady. You know, apparently my workplace employee bathroom is the only place in the world where a swastika and a Star of David can coexist on one single wall in harmony. So, you know, making progress. Oh god. Okay, let me get this line in. Okay, so now I kind of need to figure out how to connect these two things together. Oh, it's too early for horror music. Give me my thing back. Let's see. Now I know I could just do like something stupid like, well, those lines don't even intersect, so. Hey, stop talking shit about me in the foreign language in the chat. You cut that out now, man. You cut that out. If you want no speaking taco in my stream. I'm just joking. Just in case. What if I actually make these two separate rooftops, and then kind of connect them with the little hallway in the attic? So, you know, screw all this garbage. Do that. Good job, Thel. Expert spy abilities. Oh god, that's funny. Watch it actually. You put it in Google Translate. It actually says taco, 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 burrito, taco. These people are talking gibberish. Okay. So I do something like this, and then I can pick this part and this part. So that this goes here, that goes there, and those lines are actually kind of only there for temporary purposes. And then I connect these two with these lines. Probably even just do something a little closer. This. Something like this. Maybe even just put a tiny little itty-bitty window in there. Just for the sake of entertainment. Amazon did say that the thing is supposed to ship tonight. I have not, however, gotten a notification about that yet. So I'm kind of keeping an eye out for that happy moment. Look at this. Okay, so what happens when I sketch this? It's not a house. Building the goddamn pyramids here, man. Let's see. Yeah, I need this line here. Wait. Yeah. Screw that one up. Get this line in. A bit of extra rooftop there. Okay. So I can actually kind of put a little tiny window over there. Just as a little itty bitty thingy. Well, I'm not gonna lie. It looks ugly. Looks like ugliness times 10. $183 James South. Guess I should probably just kind of stick to the general look of this. It's the goddamn pyramids, man. It's the goddamn pyramids. It's not gonna work. I can probably pass it for that one, but not the other one. Okay, so let me get my lines back. So how about we try try to do the following. What happens when I move this up here? No, I need to do this. This. And then... Hey, Southpaw. Welcome back. Okay, so let's pick a random point. Let's pick like maybe this point right here and trace it back, maybe even like right there, and trace it back to this point here, because that will kind of give me a realistic line. Like this. Now this giant house looks like a giant dick. Big fat dick. Damn you. Amateur architecture. Last night. Sorry, man. Yeah, these streams are like super boring, man. So there's no explosions. And, you know, things that gone sexual. Or talking about the latest shenanigans in the realm of H3H3. No. It's probably the music, man. It's probably always the music. See, let me actually pull up the floor. No, not the floor plan. Yeah, the floor plan. No, not smart object. Floor map. So... Entire tub of ice cream. Last time I ate an entire tub of ice cream, I got yelled at. Let's see. I really need to figure this out. See, it looks natural from this point, but if you look at that line, that just looks all kinds of nasty. Unless I skip the entire idea of having circular windows, instead go for also tall windows in kind of a a set of three. Like from the movie The Orphanage. That might work out. So we're kind of back to square one with the temporary. Actually, don't need these lines anymore. So I'd say that right there is about correct looking. Even though technically Let's see, how much of a floor is there? So this is technically the 3rd floor. If the 3rd floor was a thing. Oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I gotta do this. So this... So the rooftop is not too much taller than the actual floor. So I think that's fine. The little tips is not too horrible. Let me actually look up the orphanage movie. Because there was a scene. Okay. Let's see. This is an interesting movie, actually. See, all it shows me... It's either that or it was... what's the horror movie with Daniel Radcliffe? Woman in Black. Woman in Black. Because there was definitely a scene there. Woman in Black. Window. Movie. Movie, apparently. This scene was freaking terrifying. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So this is an attic, but this has like a 3-window type of deal there. So I would probably be able to do the same thing. Let me put a reference line for the floor size. Yeah, that happens. I think somebody in the stream was saying, "Oh, my sound was not working," and I'm like, mute button? And probably not a good idea to be saying bad words in any language, at least not on the stream, and at least, you know, not intentionally. The only time I can really say bad words is when I draw shit on the wrong layer, and without realizing it. Okay, so scale-wise, let's try this type of window here. You're like the kids in high school, when a bunch of like foreigner kids get together, and they walk up to you and it's like, "Hey, say this." It's like, "Wait, why?" It's like, "No, just say it. Just say it, man." Yeah, it's like, "What? No, why?" It's like, "What does it mean?" "Oh, you know, it means you're a nice person." And, you know, they'll say it in some nasty stuff. And then it turns out the teacher speaks that language and is like, "Hey, you bad kids. Stop teaching them bad words in your language." It's like when you walk up to your classmates and you're like, "Hey, you know that guy speaks this language." You walk up to him and say something. And you're like, "What does that mean?" And it's like, "Oh, it means welcome to the country." And you walk up to him and he's like, "Say it." And it's like, "What did I just say?" "It says you like anal." It's like, "Damn it." Okay. Okay, these windows are actually way too big for their own good. And obviously I need to do this. Oh. Come on. Come on. think the snap is on. Hold on. Snap. Crackle pop. What? Move back. What? Come on. You little asshole. There. Probably want to kind of stretch it out too. Just a bit. Hell no. The only place where I can use that kind of language is with James. And James is this whole other character. He's an Asian rapper who I've been recording for the past something many years. Okay, so that perspective looks just like shit, but you know, whatever. I'll fix it in a bit. These are just guidelines. See, the beauty of digital painting, even though I'm outside the lines of the frame, I can just shrink and expand the thing. I think this window is still a little too big. I'll just do something like this. Okay, I think so far so good. I want to say yes. Too afraid. Okay, so now same thing to be done with this piece. Kind of bring it up, bring it down, hang it over upside down, make that fucking sound. So, funny thing, after I did the morning stream, that was like 3 hours of just nothing. Wow, like I can't believe that was 3 hours too. That's just but anyways, I took a little nap just to kind of get my head together, because that was just that was terrible. We ended up going to a thrift store. Just it's kind of a little family pastime, because the amount of crazy shenanigan shit that we find there is over the top. My dad and I usually go there for Valley Village. You know, Southpaw should know that. I think Southpaw is the one who's close by. But yeah, we usually go just to look at. Sometimes you can find some really good speakers from hi-fi systems for like dirt cheap. And, you know, we go there to test some stuff out, see if we can find anything, because we have, like we're an audio family. Like, he has, like, 2 receivers that we picked up from, like, garage sales and fixed them up. They're good-sounding receivers. Anyways, we're standing there, looking at the electronics section, looking at speakers, and this little shit walks up to me, walks up to our table where we're testing the audio. We're in the middle of wiring the speakers. And this little piece of shit unplugs our cord, plugs in some piece of shit garbage laptop, and I'm sitting here like just dumbfounded. You know, there's 2 outlets, there's no wires inside, there's my thing plugged in, he unfucking plugs it and plugs in that whatever he was testing. And I'm like, hey, mind your manners. He's like, oh, okay. Fucking hell, man. Little fucker made me mad, man. You made me mad. This is the Valley Village on like Elgin Mills though. So I'm not sure. Could be that one. I mean, there is a Valley Village in Newmarket. So, but that one's like really, really small. There's almost like nothing there usually. His parents were there and he was Asian, so you know, that was like, that would have been incriminating and racist. If, you know, oh god. Man, what a day. What a dumb day. Okay, so I can kind of get away with having the circular window on that side, but this one I think needs to be a little bit just square. Stomp 'em in the nuts, stomp 'em in the nuts. Little shit turns around towards me and is like, what? Little asshole. Okay. So, if that is kind of like that, then maybe I can go ahead and do this thing properly this time. And this will span throughout the 2 stories. Let's just make that parallel line. Parallel lines are my worst enemies. Say they'll accept the scale. Southpaw has no restraints. Oh god. They know my cat. They don't know you, they know your cat. Yeah, that's just that. We have a bunny. That's our pet. Little pet. Pat. That's our Patrick. Patrick Star. I used to work in a little local pizza joint. Somebody literally called and said, "Is this the Krusty Krab?" And I'm like, no, this is Patrick. Just instinct right there. I've never heard somebody laugh so hard over the phone. There was actually this one notable lady, now that I think about it. This lady had the most annoying nasal voice ever. And the thing is, it's funny because this has like so much science behind it. Every object has a sort of like resonance frequency. It's basically like, you know, like when a car passes by and it's playing some loud music. And there's certain notes, when it hits like lower notes, the car starts just vibrating and gyrating, right? It's basically the sound is hitting that resonance. It's in tune with the resonance of the car. So every object, depending on its like mass and scale, has or mass and its shape, has its own resonance frequency. And this lady's nasal voice was in resonance with our phone, which basically meant it doesn't matter how far away you put the phone away from your ear, it's still gonna sound like it's cutting your ears, and it's still gonna sound this nasally and annoying. It's like, "Hi, I'd like to order some pizza. Can I get some fries?" And it's just, "I get a Coke." And I'm like, "Oh, lady, shut up. Just text it." Obviously, can't say that, but that was just, I held the phone like almost half an arm's length away from my face. It was still annoying as shit. I could feel the phone vibrating. It's like, lady, I'm gonna put the $20 surcharge to replace the phone every single time you call. You're destroying the damn property. Oh god. She kind of sounded like Janice from Friends. Oh my god. Actually, no. What if instead of this thing, I'm just gonna have the window up here. The same window that I have over here. The tiny one. Okay, this tiny window's not so tiny. One of the game projects that I started as kind of an excuse to practice, game development and learning, networking and whatnot, was the Hollow Creek Haunted Mansion project. Once I get on my feet and don't have to, kind of worry about income, I'm definitely gonna go back to that project, because that project was basically, it was a horror game, but it had a little hints of MMO RPG in it. It wasn't in the sense where it's like full on full-on MMO style game. It took place in this randomly generated house, a randomly generated mansion, and you joined in. Obviously I'd have to host the server file on a virtual machine, but you essentially it has the storytelling structure of MMO games, where there's global events that happen and there's personal quests that each player has to finish on their own. But the essential thing is, I figured to make it like an online MMO, well, just an online multiplayer game. And I was looking actually into server hosting, and you can host like that kind of a small game. All it really does is it swaps it really just swaps like player position and player room and maybe their inventory if they want to drop something, and that's it. So I mean, that kind of a game, you don't even need to render much of anything in there. So you like the cheapest virtual machines that you can host stuff with is $5, like $5.99 or $5 a month, which is really, really cheap. Let's see, I think it's that one. So that would definitely be an interesting project. Because once again, that game is kind of small, kind of basic, which means that I could really concentrate on the music in that kind of a game. Obviously, you know, my top priority of my top reason of getting into game development is so that I could write music for games. That's just what it is. I should probably kind of lower this window down. Actually, I should probably just erase this fucker and just redraw it properly. Sketch lines? I don't know what you're talking about, sir. Those words have no meaning in this stream. There. Something like this. Let's see. Unexpected symbol in expression. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that's draw text. I don't actually need that. Yeah, let me see if I can compile that. So, it had basically a system of random generation. So, every time the server would restart, it would generate a new floor plan. So, you always basically have time to explore. So, yes, it was more reminiscent of Diablo 2 in terms of how, you know, it's basically the same story, but the floor plan is randomly generated, and it had a bit of a whatchamacallit, it had a bit of a hint of Binding of Isaac in terms of the style, and this was kind of before I got into shader work, because there was some stuff, I think that was the server actually, there was some stuff that didn't really... Oh, it's mostly kind of the battle system. There's the tutorial. HCHM. Land Platformer 1. I guess I can kind of do the earlier one. Room Beta. That's kind of weird. Randomize. Room Gameplay. Aha, that's right. Okay, so if global.server if it's a server and if it's a client, so I just need to search this thing real quick. This. So keyboard check. So if I press server, when the game starts, it's a server. If when I press client, it's going to be a client. Alright, Southpaw, you have a good night. Thanks for joining. Server. Okay, that's that. And that was that, basically. And then the client. Yeah, not much. It just changed the color there. Because it does have to kind of run in pairs, though. Clients. See? Yeah, well, not really much to show for in this case, and it's trying to connect, and I gotta terminate the project. Yeah, so I have a video of it. I think that would have been, because this is kind of like heavily into debugging stuff, so it is a little bit wonky until I refigure out what the hell was going on there. Yeah, it wasn't much of a presentation. Wasn't much at all. HCHM. Here we go. There's a video just posted in the thing. Okay, so let me sketch in some of the other stuff that needs to be in here. Okay, now these things, where they have 3 windows, I think. Yeah, these are thin windows, so. This little pad there. Oh man. I usually post all the results to things like places like DeviantArt and Twitter, a couple of other places. The problem is with the pieces that I did for the monster stuff, you know, the Smiling Man and the Phantom, can't really post it yet, and I'm itching to post them because, you know, it's updates. Also, I realized this thing should really be actually further down, because this is the padding. Which means that these should just be windows. I should start a truck company, a freight company, and call it No Questions Asked. Okay. Anybody play Stalker in here by any chance? Or played it before? The game was surprisingly amazing. Even though it has very little to do with the book or the movie. I actually enjoyed it. It was really moody. Oh, yeah. It's, sorry, the link I posted. Yeah, god damn it. It's, YouTube. They changed the thing where you no longer can open links just by clicking them in the video manager. It now opens the editor for that window, for the details, monetization, and whatnot. And holy shit, am I? This is like a 2-year-old, like 2-3-year-old. Hold on, when was this made? 2015. This is a 2-year-old video. Holy cow! I need to make some updates on these projects. Alright, Pepe, no problem. Good luck in school. Thank you for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. Okay, so let me just... Okay, so that should be fine. Okay, so this is kind of starting to look more Victorian. Just a little bit. Just a tiny little bit. Probably want to put another window up here. For the sake of continuity. And I should probably make that window just a little taller. See, this is another reason why I wanted to start these streams earlier. Because people can stay around for longer, and the time difference is not going to be that severe. Okay, so this side has basically dead foliage and vines and whatnot. Probably like grapefruit vines. Which I think I'd be able to just do kind of with a one single texture file and a flat surface. Etc., etc. Now there's nothing here. There's nothing there. And logically, there is a window here. Which is going to have to be changed to a nice, tall window like this. Okay, now, the piece with the porch, I wonder if I can still scavenge that. Roundhouse porch. This. Where's actually the finished piece? This, so I know I can see the, you know, this stuff over here, but that is clearly not the these are clearly not the dimensions of this house, so I should probably just kind of suggest that there's more to this area than meets the eye. Transformers. Here we go. So let's see if I can add that little porch area back. Let's see about that much. And the good news is that I don't have to actually design or redraw the porch again, because I have the actual concept art piece for it. Front porch. Seems about right. Right about here. This is where the rooftop is for the porch area. Kind of just eyeball this area. Oh yeah, and I kind of dropped off the whole subject of looking at the piece, the 3D model of the old house, or the mid house, I should say. Now, there we go. Oh, yes, Epic Games. Thank you very much. Okay, so that works out. And this rooftop is raised. Library. No. To launch Unreal Engine. press launch? I think I pressed launch. Yeah, press launch. Okay, just gotta wait. Okay, this is actually kind of starting to take some sort of shape. Okay, here we go. So, C++. We need to install the distributable. My order has been shipped, apparently. Amazon has just notified me. So, hooray. Horrendously hooray. Hurrah. Horizon Rhine. Yep, shipped. Took them a long damn time. It's 11 o'clock. Oh well, at least it's shipped. They said it was gonna ship on today. Oh shit. Apparently it's updated. It says arriving tomorrow at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is mighty late, actually. That is very interesting. But holy shit, am I actually gonna get my tablet tomorrow? Yes! Excitement. Okay. So. No more drawing with 10-year-old technology. That ought to be interesting. Amazon seems to be pretty on point with fast deliveries, actually. It's kind of interesting. Like, considering, yeah, they do have local storages, so that's kind of logical. Okay, default. Do I have 11 gigs of space? Yes, I do. Whew, go for it. I need some tea. Holy hell, kind of falling asleep here. Can't be doing that twice in a day. I'm still, though, going to call it a night in probably about 45 minutes. So, these are daily concept art streams. And I kind of want to... at least have a finished piece. Even though they're not called daily concept art drawings or daily concept art finished thingies. I still want to have some progress done. Did I displace that vanity point? No, I did not. It's hard to find someone with the same interest, drawing, making games, horror games. It's totally myself. Yep. That's, is that... I saw you just changed your profile there. Yeah, well, you know, everyone's got their own thing. Not everybody likes horror games. But in my case, it's not just an opportunity to make... It's not just making a horror game. So it's not about scaring people. It's actually just an opportunity to tell my story. My stories. Because, I mean, you've been here when I was telling the stories for some of the different projects I've worked. You know? These aren't just generic, you know, I got lost, I got stuck in this abandoned house, or I got lost in the woods and something's haunting me. You know? What? Why are things glitching? Okay, so let me take a look at the floor plan. So there's supposed to be a window there on the bottom floor, which I did put it in. So that's there. The second floor has 3 windows facing that side, which means that this is blank. Huh. Let's see how far along are we with this stuff? Okay, so that shouldn't take a god-awful amount of time. Oh yeah, that's right. The whatchamacallit my thingamabob. There's a fireplace in that room on the bottom floor. There we go. So I can kind of get rid of these lights. I don't think I'm going to be using them anymore. Hopefully. This frickin' Visual Studio taking up all the damn power from the computer. It needs to comprehend the installation. It needs to become the installation. You know, I am actually kind of surprised just by how much this 10-year-old processor can still do, considering I have a second machine with the exact same specs, specifically made for network game development. Okay, so this is starting to kind of come together a little bit. And this looks way more interesting than that box, simple box house that was in the demo. Absolutely. Saj, I think you're the one who said that the house looked like a warehouse in the demo. It's totally on point. Tell me this. Why is it whenever there's a military type game, an action game that involves the US military, why is there always a guy named Gonzalez? Or Martinez? Or Lopez? It seems like some sort of an ethnical discrimination going on there. It seems like all the people with last names of Johnson, or not Johnson, Brown and Vic and Smith are the ones sitting in the Oval Office, sending people like Gonzalez and Lopez into battle. Why are there two of you? What the hell's going on? Oh, you got two accounts, don't you? Which means you are screwing up my stats. I don't know who's real, who's not. Actually, come to think of it, I think this thing should be above the line. So, above here. But then again... that's fine. We can be flexible with this stuff. I don't mind you have two accounts. It's the viewer statistics that I won't trust. I'm gonna have to be like, okay, so I had 7 viewers then. I guess I'm gonna have to do -1 because this one asshole has got 2 accounts, and he seems to be talking with himself. Okay, here we go. I want to actually do that. So there's nothing on these walls anymore, from what I can say. And there really should be. Well, here's the thing. Let's see, what is this one doing? Okay, we're kind of getting along there. See, look at this stuff. Sketch lines? What do you mean sketch lines? This is like half a piece right there. Boy, let's see. No window there. But I think I need a window up here. I'll probably even do like this sort of a window. Yes. Yeah, the live chat thing is a little finicky. It's on my side it doesn't even show that. It just shows participants, and it just shows myself. So, you know, I guess maybe I'm just delusional and I'm actually the only one here. And the sad truth of the fact that nobody wants to watch these streams makes my mind go nuts and make these fictional characters. Seriously, who'd name their child Sergeant? Okay, so I do want to have this thing, but the problem is that it's a little too wide. Here we go. Okay. Hey, my name is Sergeant. This is my sister, Sergeant. The Sargenta. This is my sister, the Sargenta. Okay, so that looks good-ish. At this point, I can just combine all the layers together and just kind of clean this up and just turn everything into black line work. That's why I'm saying there's no such thing as a sketch layer. There's an illusion of a sketch layer. It's like the illusion of choice. I watched this guy change his second account's name to Sargenta. Here we go. No problem. Thel, you have a good night or good day. And good luck. Thank you for joining and thank you for your time. Sarge is like, alright, Thel, you're free to leave. Jawohl. It's like, whoops. this is kind of where I could start adding some decorative things. The only thing is, I need my tablet, man. I need my pressure. See, this is exactly where the pressure setting will come in useful. Just making these tiny lines. Yeah, damn, I can't wait till tomorrow. You wanna know what makes a house look Victorian? Grates. Lots and lots of grates, like leaf grates for catching out leaves from falling. Or I think that's actually made for snow. Good question. I don't really have a set time, so to speak. So it's not a fixed schedule, but let me check what's my... because I do have work tomorrow. And considering I was able to do these streams this entire, like, week-long time because I had no work. But tomorrow, I do have work. So, let me check. What is this? Okay, so I've got work from like 12 till 4. So, yeah, I'm 24 hours on. That sounds about right. I've got an 11-hour stream, so you know, in the video manager. One of my streams was 11 hours. This one I did two pieces together. But yeah, so tomorrow I've got 12 till 4, which probably means I'll get back home by like 4:30. So, I'd say maybe like 5, 6 Eastern Standard Time. But then again, I'm not following a very specific stream timeline, so to speak. So, maybe I should. Maybe I should start following a schedule. These are daily streams after all, so you know. Should establish the schedule. Because right now, the only way you know I'm streaming is if you subscribe to me. And every time I go live, it says, this so-and-so is now streaming. Blah, blah, blah. Or if my stream pops up and someone's in the recommendations. Well, it's tomorrow/today for you, Sarge. For me, it's still 11:35, so... Actually, it is getting kind of close. I think maybe half an hour, and I'm gonna call it a day. Because I'm still sort of... Even though I had that nap, 6-hour-long nap, I'm still kind of tired. So, I think I'm still good for restoring my sleep schedule if I go to sleep early. Just gotta keep up with it, man. 7:30 a.m. Sounds good. Yeah. Sarge is on a different time zone though, so there's quite a few people who are actually not quite in the same time zone, so you know. It pays to mention Eastern Standard Time. Sketch layer? What sketch layer? Look at this. Look at this fine detail work. It's a bunch of bullshit. There's no such thing as a sketch layer. Not when architecture is involved. Like, I can't sketch in architecture. Yes, Sarge, you're skipping school so you could catch up on the stream. Such a dedicated viewer. Okay. Oh wow. Things are not looking good in my taskbar. A la taskbar. See, this window is still looking like a little too big. Considering I kind of sodomized it with the scaling feature. Without scaling it properly, might as well just kind of redraw it manually. So, let's see it right about there. And right about here. Maybe just a little bit taller. Actually, not even a little bit taller, maybe just a little bit smaller. Like that. Okay, now in this case, I should probably have two windows. Two window sets. Let's see, what is this doing? Oh, holy shit, almost done. Almost done. Looks like Sarge and Sarge are the only people left in the stream. Oh yeah, that's right. I do need my reference for this to get this to work right. This is what I used before. So these things kind of stretch out. Whoops. Stretch out like this. Let's make sure we grab a point. This has got to kind of arch its way here. What's the result of 5% 3 in C++? If I knew C++, I'd tell you. If something tells me percent sign is not either division or actually returning a percent. But I'm sure a quick Google search will actually tell you though. Sarge is going insane. That's how boring these streams are. Got about 10 more minutes before it's 12. Say that's fairly well. Actually, no, this is the vertical. You see, there's quite a lot of stuff that I've added here with this piece, which means that I'm going to have to tomorrow gonna have to go here and add all of the stuff that I haven't added here. There's also kind of a few things I'm gonna have to redo, but all in all, I'd say I'm kind of headed in the right direction. I may put a second window up here though. Maybe. Either that or nah. How do I keep this thing in? Yeah, well, that's just a sketch layer. It's a temporary layer. This is the real layer. Yeah, right. I don't know why, it just seems to be easier to just draw everything in one layer and just kind of go at it with an erase tool than bothering with the... whatchamacallit? Bothering with layers and figuring out what's where in masks. That's just a personal take. Actually, this. Actually, it's right about on the same level. Yes, definitely. There will be modeling live streams after I'm done with the concept art, but there's still quite a bit of concept art that has to be done. Like, this is probably off the top of my head. There's probably things that I still need to consider, like probably item concept art too. Furniture, some of the furniture is in this concept art, but I'll probably need a separate one. There's pieces for the monsters that I have to finish. And not to mention, I have to keep writing the script in parallel to doing the concept art. Because the content that I come up in the concept art comes from the script. So, you know, these are all the NPCs that I still have to do. And there's more NPCs I have to design, so... you know, the Laughing Man's got to be redone, or, you know, I need to come up with more renditions of the Laughing Man, because I can't really stick to one single type. This guy's got to be redone a little bit. And, you know, I got to do this, the Witch of Wayholm. That ought to be fun. Hey kids, I got what you need. Yeah, it's got just a few more minutes left. See, before I was actually doing the streams until I finished the piece. But now... I kinda have to time it right. Because when I do a live stream until I finish a piece of concept art, then it can almost never end. Like, too many distractions. But if I keep my... if I actually engage a scheduling system, so I'm live streaming from this point to this point, I'm actually going to be more inclined not to waste time on, you know, trivial things. Oh yeah, there's gonna be plenty to watch. I'm not too sure about programming though, because when it comes to programming, there's a lot of stuff that I kind of learn on the go. So I'm not too sure about programming, but you know, we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, as long as I'm here, let me just clean up some of these rogue lines. In fact, I might as well just combine it all together and just have at it with the erase tool while I'm here. There we go. Now this bullshit's starting to look a bit more appropriate. Danger zone. I don't think you have. But better probably save it for tomorrow's stream because it is 12 o'clock and that should be done. So, okay, kind of screwing up these lines. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining, for watching, everybody who joined up. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's stream, so we're going to continue working on this piece, and I'm going to get my tablet. Yay! Upgrades much. And I have my precious, precious. All right. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow.